My Sister's Keeper. Now, two things really intrigued me to see this film. Actually, I didn't find the trailer or any of the million clips uploaded to YouTube all that interesting. The two reasons were that originally it had, like, for the first, for like a week, it had 100%, between 75% on Rotten Tomatoes, and that's pretty good. Now it's fallen to like 44%, which is rotten. And the second thing was that my mother read this book. I mean, she wanted me to read it, but I didn't think it was really something for me, and I figured, you know, because I'm lazy, I'd just go see the movie and read the entire book. Now having seen, well, she said it was a good movie, but now having, or it said it was a good book, but now having seen the movie, I don't really feel that much of a desire to actually read the book, because I'm not sure if the movie's doing it justice or not, but it's just an okay movie. It's nothing you have to run out and see. Cameron Diaz has a nice dramatic performance, but she was definitely outshined by the younger cast, especially Abigail Breslin, who does amazing here as usual. Now, it has a nice story. I think it's a perfect story for a dramatic movie, but it goes down a line where it stops, you know, working with what it's got good going, and starts going down the typical tied and tiered set, which doesn't really work out for this movie because they can't pull it off all that well. Now, when it started, it seemed like it would be something little, you know, something you would enjoy more, but when they get down that road that really starts it going down, that, you know, drags it not just into cliche, but something a lot more that just stands there and doesn't do anything with something it could even work better with cliches for. Now, when you truly look at the movie, it's nothing more than a bunch of people having breakdowns, which, what I'm going to say is the only thing that can save this movie from pure, draggy boredom is the emotional breakdowns from any one of them in the family, which actually, after a while, the repetitiveness of the breakdowns does get a little boring, if not more than a little. What I actually thought this movie could have done, which would have made it better, was that it could have had more of a, you know, a life versus law kind of story, where instead of her fighting, you know, for her own life, because she was genetically engineered to save her cancer-stricken sister, instead of just having it, what they did have it was a, you know, a family struggle, which we've seen many times before. It really is not all that interesting. But what I wanted to see was that if they could pull it more towards, you know, a big battle, a big, you know, fight, something that would really, you know, be deep and profound, this movie cannot be, because it does not go anywhere we haven't seen it before, and it stays in the same realms instead of breaking out and just being this, you know, it could have been something really great, and I don't think it would ever be, I don't think it could ever be a really, truly amazing movie that stuck with you. It's just kind of forgettable. It's nothing special. It's, the only thing I say was the performances by Abigail Breslin. I forget what the other actor's name is who did the cancer daughter, and Cameron Diaz. Whoever played the father also did a pretty nice job too. It's just one of those movies that you either like or you don't, and it does a pretty good job counter-programming Transformers for this weekend. Not that it really was, actually I say they're both tied. I don't like any one more than the other. They're both equally okay movies. They were both completely different, but I'll give this a 6.5 out of 10. The same thing I gave Transformers. Not an amazing weekend. But, you know, it's summer. This isn't a very summer